Hey guys, Barry here from TGS with another Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream, but this is actually a part 2 live stream. But playing on Series X Game of the Year Edition, continuing our Discovery flights. We've completed 3 out of 6 already on part 1, which will just be called XVI, aka 16. This is 16 part 2, so technically it's just a continuation of 16. You know, I won't even lie, pretty much we were going on break, and instead of turning off the controller, I turned off the entire console on the Series X, and just to show you guys, if I hold down on the middle button, turn off console, turn off controller are right next to each other, and it must not have, I must have clicked before I clicked right. Maybe I clicked right after I clicked A, I don't know. Something happened when I shut down the console, there was no recovering from it. With the Elgato, I'm kind of just screwed if that happens, so the stream basically disconnected right on the intermission screen, so it couldn't have been a more perfect time to have done so, but and it worked out for the better because my break took, quite a lot longer than planned. I had a few things I had to take care of, and something popped up. So ended up working out for the better to have a separate video rather than like some crazy ass long 45-minute break or whatever it was. But when I come back, we're gonna play probably an hour and a half up to 2 based on what we're feeling. At least a half hour per location, maybe a little bit more, and that'll be the plan for the session. So I'll go through the full intro since obviously this is a whole separate stream at this point. So plan for the day was flight sim. We started 15 minutes late at 1:45, so we did 1:45 till about 3:45. Took almost a whole hour break. Geez Louise! At that point, by the time I also wasn't able to connect the first time we went live. Who's surprised? Always when I'm rushing last second, it acts up. So it ended up being equivalent almost a whole hour late. But instead of just trying to think. So 1:45 to 3:45, we're back on at 4:45. So till about maybe 6:30 max, so at least an hour 45 max, I would say is a good number. So let's aim for 30 minutes per, and cut off by 6:30. This way I can still hold my plans. 30-minute delay, I'll be able to survive. So that'll be the deal. An hour 45 max, an hour and a half at the shortest amount, and just a continuation of Discovery flights. So plan for the game, we just play this for fun. Only at 70 out of 1,000 gamer score, not hunting achievements on this one like I do other games, but we've been working on Discovery flights for, specifically today. We went to Giza, Bora Bora, and Rio at this point. You can see my screenshots right here. I think if I click them, you guys can see a little bit better, but yeah. Can't see them, they're really tiny. You can see, there's me flying around Rio. Here's me landed on top of a mountain that I fell off eventually. There's the islands again in Bora Bora. Here's obviously a 4K picture of, if I open it up full screen, I can show you guys. This is a screenshot I took over there. You can see my plane parked next to the Sphinx, which is pretty cool. But we're going to continue on. We're not here to do a showcasing of all my screenshots, but just wanted to give you guys a hint of what's to come. So Mount Everest, Naples, and New York. 30 minutes each is the plan, plus minus based on what there is to do. That's how it'll go. Definitely appreciate if you like and sub. All links description, thegamersociety.com, Discord, Razor Stores, I'm Razor Streamer, Rep Sports with a coupon code TGS for 15% off. As for the schedule for the rest of the week, we do have Hell Let Loose tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We do have Insurgency Sandstorm at 3:30. Aliens Fireteam Elite if everyone shows up, 10:30 plus. On Saturday, running Vanguard at 1:30, Warzone Pacific 4 o'clock, GTA 5 10:30, Dead by Daylight 1 a.m. And on Sunday, we're going to be running no streams at all as of right now. So that is the deal. They have us, put up in the Textron Aviation Beechcraft King Air 350i. Basically a bigger Beechcraft than the last one we just flew. Just for reference, I'll just show you guys, since it shouldn't take long. Click Giza. We flew the 152 for that one. I know that plane very, very well. It's very, slow, obviously, so it's much easier to control, to be honest. Hands down, speed makes it much more difficult to control at higher speeds. And bigger weights, blah, blah, blah. Gotta work your way up, as they say. Moving on to Bora Bora, we were in a 172, Skyhawk, and we tried to land on top of that mountain you see, the big one, in the background, and it went bad like 3 times. We finally got on the 4th attempt, but then we fell off while taking the pictures, because it doesn't let you pause in Discovery flight, which is kind of stupid. Then we went to Rio, where we flew around in a Textron Aviation Beechcraft Bonanza, which is pretty damn sweet, I can't lie. It did a great job. I really enjoyed flying that. So, yeah, we're going to head on to Mount Everest, where they have us in this Air 350, 350i. I read the first event, but I didn't read the other ones earlier. Like I read the actual event description, but each of them have their own descriptions. Too late to kind of go back and read them now, but taking a quick look, because if you've seen the first half of today, you get the idea. At least show them on screen. But yeah, it's a pretty awesome ass city from what I saw right there. So let's start the second half with Mount Everest. I'll just take some key pointers out of the description. Planet's highest summit at 29,032 feet above sea level. And yeah, it's straddling the Nepal-China border, deep within the storied Himalayan mountain range. It's a pretty awesome place, you know. A bunch of people try to climb here every year. It's just a risk in itself because it's just so dangerous. But it's awesome. I can't wait to go fly around it. Flying around the Himalayas is always fun in this game, but they are very, very difficult to navigate. There's not many places to land if your engine fails. I might try to land this plane at that small airport south of here if we make our way down. So there's a few airports to the south, one of them being that airport with the angled runway. It's like the shortest runway in the world or something. It's put on an angle, so you fly downward, or you accelerate down the hill to give you additional speed. So here we are. They have us at 25,000 feet. Welcome to the Himalayas. For random check, gonna watch Boba Fett episode 2 tonight. Having some, I think we're having what's called taco salad. It's like taco without the actual tortilla. Never done it before, but trying to try some quote-unquote healthier options. So figured, yeah, can't go wrong with a taco salad. Then moving on from that, I think I'm gonna watch The Fifth Element tomorrow night. Don't Look Up on Saturday night. We'll see what happens. Welcome to Mount Everest. I don't know if there's somewhere for us to land up here. This is going to be probably the most short-lived experience. New York City, we can spend so much time just flying around New York City. It's New York City, but then Naples is also kind of limited. It's awesome, but we've already spent a lot of time there. I've flown around here, but yeah, New York City out of the 3 is the most we've streamed so far. I've been to New York City so many times. We have a tour of me flying from Newark to JFK through New York, right down through Times Square and shit at like 5 stories high. It was pretty insane. Here is the infamous mountain, guys. This is what it looks like inside of here. We need to climb. I wonder how steep this plane can climb before it considers it I'm just climbing real quick. We're not high up enough. It's much more than you typically would want to go, but it is possible. Trying to climb as high up as we can because we're not even at the height we need to be to reach the top of Mount Everest since it was over 29K, right? So the faster we get to like 30K, the better. Just dip down a little bit because we're losing speed. This plane's pretty cool. If you look behind us, it's pretty nice back there. Am I stalling? Are we at the maximum of this plane's range? This plane got to be able to go higher than this. Alright, so here's Mount Everest. We're dealing with frosting issues up in here. Just thought I see some on the bottom or somewhere. Didn't want to crash, so I diverted. We're at like a point where the air is so thin, and this aircraft is going above speed to stay afloat at max speed, and we're stalling. So this aircraft's getting near its limit, I'm pretty sure. We are at 29,000 in a Beechcraft propeller planes. That's what the game put me in. There's beautiful Mount Everest. I'm never gonna land on it. Question is like, where the hell do you land on it? God, stop stalling. I can try coming up the side there. Screenshotted it. Could probably land on that down there. Have Mount Everest as the backdrop. I'm gonna try it. It's gonna be dangerous as F, but see that down there? That's where we're trying to land. Cause that right there obviously is Mount Everest. Right there. So we can like land up here. On this downside down there. We better get a great view. This is dangerous as fuck. Thankfully, it's a video game. Hell yeah.
Oral warning, okay.
Pretty sweet. Chilling at Mount Everest base, pretty much. Trying to find a good spot for like a picture. It's not every day you land Mount Everest. Right up there's base camp. Trying to see if we go further out. We're going downhill technically. I can't even tell. We're just up on the side of a mountain, so it's just kind of confusing right now. Come on. Slam the parking brake. Should probably pull up a little bit more. Right. Brake on. Showcase mode. Shit, really good. Correct. That's fucking spectacular view right there. Now the fun part, taking back off. Come on. Terrain's too rough. We're not hitting speed and it's putting us airborne. Just screwing us over. Oh god. We died. That's what I get for trying to take off on Mount Everest. I set up to a half-hour per place or so. This Naples and New York. I figured go to Naples and New York, so yeah, we got 5-10 more minutes to waste here. I've already been to all 3 places before for on non-discovery, flights. Just flying around the maps for fun. I've already, landed on Mount Vesuvius, and I think it was Icon A5. Flew from Rome to Naples already. We've tried to land on Everest quite a few times now. We've also, been to New York many times. I have a tour video of me flying through New York City already, so it's not like we haven't been to these places. Part 1 of today's streams had the new places, Giza and all that, but Mount Everest is pretty insane. Kind of want to get a picture of it from like somewhere out yonder, where we can get a better view of it. I'll hop in. There's base camp in front of us. It's dangerous as fuck. Planes. Beast. This is base camp. I'm trying to see if we can... As long as we continue up this path here, we should be able to land very soon, right here. I will turn around and drive it back down. Ow! What the hell? Well, we failed to land at base camp. We glided for way too long, but best way to sum it up is the ground unexpectedly randomly raised all crazy on me there. Now that I know where I want to land from the start, we can just avoid having this issue happen again, and we'll actually land safely this time because we're already right here. Where did I land last time? I think we landed when we were taking those last screenshots on the other side of it somewhere. Back there's a tip, so I think it was like tip of my wing, but like right on the back side of where my tip of my wing is, right over the mountain. Yeah, I feel like I'm trying to look around. Is there a good spot to get a picture of the mountain? I want to get it close enough to where our left looks good, where my wing is. Looks like it could be a great spot. And it's very snowy up in those compared to rocky over here. I'm just going to try to land at base camp again. We got our engine down to 5%. I got flaps at 40%. We got landing gear engaged right now. Let's take her in. We only got time to think and pull up. Alright, man. We're landing in ridiculous terrain. We have to get as low as possible as we can because we need to use elevation of the mountain to slow us down because we're going freaking 200 right now. It's so bumpy here, it's so easy to fuck this up. That's why last time we destroyed our landing gear. Stalling on purpose to try and lose some speed. I lost a lot of speed right there. That was perfect. A forced stall. Come on. Come on. Oof. Slam the brakes. Welcome to Mount Everest Base Camp. This is not easy to land on terrain. In a 152, it could have been a lot easier, but this thing is so much heavier. It has so much more power. It's just, you can't really compare the two. Gonna drive on down to base camp. Oh God, we're getting air. Brakes. Our second successful landing at Everest here today. 2 out of 3 were successful. The first time I came here to land, I landed up there, that little passageway up there, and we touched down, and right as we touched down, there was like an enormous steep little hill in front of us, and it just completely destroyed the landing gear, apparently. So, but here we are. Good old Mount Everest. Oh, there's the camp, right? Is that the camp? Let's park over here. See, I can get the base camp in a plane. Real life, it would just, from landing gear, would hit like a rock and you just instantly combust from the explosion of the collision. How's this? Is that the base camp house? What the fuck? Is there really just a house here in the middle of this place? Oh, either way, we need a picture of this. I've never been to Mount Everest, so I don't know what it's like. I know somebody who has, but play games, nor have any interest in them, so. No need to bother. Oh my God. When you're messing with the camera and you go into certain views, it literally the map like reloads or something. We noticed this in Cairo, as well as where else we were. What was it? The French Polynesia, I think. The ground started vanishing and the plane would start sinking. And I'm pretty sure what happened is the camera change made the planet surface like reload, and it fucking killed us. Come on, flight sim. Now I gotta land this again. I'm gonna get down as fast as fucking possible because I just need to get us to top speed, so then from there it's only, going down. We're gonna get airspeed warnings. There's base camp again. 1 out of 2 landing attempts here have been successful, but we gotta watch out for that damn showcase camera trying to murder me, apparently. Right as I was about to get a sweet picture, too. I'm gonna try and land and park next to that building again, but I can't guarantee it'll be as nice of a landing. You gotta kind of eye it out. It's like, obviously the snow-covered regions where it looks smooth is best. The rocky region isn't as rocky as it would be in real life because, they didn't do the best job rendering rocks. Yeah, this would just be all chaotic rocky chaos right here if you were trying to land on it. Would not be recommended. There's base camp right here. We're coming in a nice slow speed, not as slow as I'd like, but tilt this way. Coming in. Coming in. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Slamming the brakes. And we hit fucking like a blade of grass and died. True story. There was like grass or something sticking up. What the fuck was that shit? Here we go again on this road. We fell 2 landings on Everest before. So technically now we're 3 for 5. I don't like my Everest landing ratio right now, but we've been killed by rocks and a little steep, tiny little snow hill, so anything can happen on this damn line. Trying to get back down there because we had a great picture, and we got to move on to the next place. I promised. We started way later than I should have. It was supposed to be 1:30 to 3:34 to 6. We got on 1:45 to 3:45 for part 1. Which then I accidentally shut off the console, hence why we have a part 2 live stream right now. Should have been all just one big 4.5 hour video with an intermission included. But when I was going on break, I shut off the console, which shut off the stream. Completely by accident, just because I held down the middle button instead of clicking to the right one in time. I apparently shut off the console. I don't know how that happened. It's happened like 2 or 3 times in like the hundreds of times we stream in a year, so I guess it was the time it was going to happen, but I ended up needing an extra 15 plus minutes of time on the break anyway than I normally planned for, so I guess it was meant to be because I got my extra time on the break, but that means we lost time on the second half of today's stream, but an hour and 45 sounds like a pretty solid number to go for the stream time. So we still have to go to Naples and New York City for discovery flights, and then we're done all the discovery flights today. I think Giza was pretty awesome. It was my first time being there. French Polynesia was cool, but it was short-lived. The best way to sum that up. I'm gonna aim for this slope right here because this slope will slow us down. Nope. I really gotta shut off this landing gear shit because we would have actually, if the landing gear wasn't smacking, we would have probably bounced for a sec, but we would have been fine. Now we're 50% ratio successful landings here. I don't know how the hell did I successfully land if we can't get one other landing? All that happens on this, the air's so thin, you're at like the height limit for this airplane almost, I swear, because it feels that way. I was at like 29, 30K and it started stalling just being at, good ratios on everything. Good speed, good angle, it was just like stall. So obviously it's not meant to fly much higher than Everest itself. So we're already pushing this aircraft to the limit. It's heavy as fuck, so it doesn't want to slow down. So it has friggin' 40% flaps on it that still don't slow it down. This makes me miss the 152, but the 152 would have never made it up here, so. Flew the DA-40NG around here once, but it couldn't, it just didn't have the pep to make it up. Alright. Gotta try to figure this out again. Or last time I did a forced stall to slow down, so. We just dropped like 60, 70. We just dropped like 70 right there. The forced stall totally helped out. Now we just gotta see if we can make it. Stall again. We need to slow the fuck down. I know you're stalling. I want you to stall. Land. This is got to be one of the toughest landings I've ever done. Oh god, there's a fucking lifted part of ground! Fuck! That's what fucked me over the first time. It's not grass. The planet decides to have like a fucking foot tall little wall. I'm trying again. We've landed once successfully here, and literally as I was taking a screenshot, the camera mode like decided to make the map respawn in, and we died. And we could have not had to try to land here again today. We're gonna move on to Naples next as part of our discovery flights, but like really, we had it. Flight sim has a lot to do. I mean, if you're in camera mode and the entire planet has to reload, so the plane considered as failed or broke. We were literally parked sitting still in camera mode, and the entire planet like reloaded, and we fell to our death or something. I don't know what happened, but we died. So now we've had like 3 failed attempts to re-land here. But we've been killed by that little wall twice. So now we know there's some little ass weird little wall sticking up. Who's surprised? And if we can not hit that wall, we might be okay. I'm going to try and force a stall again as we get a little bit closer up here. I just want to park next to that little house at base camp, take a screenshot, and then we'll move on to Naples, aka Napoli. I was in Rome 2 years ago in real life before the dang, pandemic hit. Thankfully, I got that trip in literally like a month or 2 before shit hit the fan, and then since then, haven't been able to get over there, but I definitely want to get over to Naples. It was only like a 3-hour drive, but we were there for like just over a week. Decided to give Rome the whole time, and well worth it because it was way better going to see like the Colosseum one day, the Vatican another day, instead of trying to cram 15 things in one day. I've learned I never want to do that again. That's how I used to do it. It just sucks. Come on. We're not losing enough speed. Poor stall. I can't do this anymore with the aircraft. We're going to run out of space. We're going to die. Nope. Nope. It's a mix of the friggin' elevation. The air is so thin up here. We're at like almost the max height of the aircraft. The ground is nowhere near flat. We're working on a complete insane grade of land. And we're in a giant ass aircraft. It's just such a bad equation. This is why people don't land at base camp. Plus all the rocks that would really be there that would kill us as well, but I'm gonna try something different. What if we go straight down here? We max flap it. We have everything. We're gonna go max speed, but then we're gonna be climbing the entire time back up top. This plane likes to glide a lot more than I anticipated. Because we're going uphill and we're still maintaining speed half the time. It's ridiculous. This is not a flat slope right here. It's obviously, incline. I'm going to try and ditch all the speed before we get to base camp this time, instead of trying to ditch it at base camp. Try and get as low as we can and just kind of cruise. We're already dropping to 160. We're going to have to lift the nose a little bit further up here. We're really going to start, we're getting down into the lower zone here. Still 2 nautical miles out, but what's the terrain like up here? Can I make a landing? So we're gonna have to right now. Oh, we touched, but we got air. Come on. Fuck. Oh my god, we're touching little hills. We can't stop. No. Come on, man. Doesn't matter where I've tried to land the last like 4 times, we just fucking die every time. I don't know how I successfully landed that one time, I really don't. But we legit landed it. I fully blame you, Microsoft, because you guys shouldn't have my plane blowing up basically. Basically what would have happened. It was like a spontaneous combustion because we just instantly died while parked already at base camp. All I know is when you go into the camera mode and you go into showcase, if you start clicking the one button on the Xbox controller left of the center button, it starts like changing the view that you're looking at it, and that's what fucks it up. One of those views like reloads the map. It happened when we were in Cairo today. It happened on our other trips as well, where we would go in the camera mode, switch around the showcase, and you would see the plane wheels drop below the ground and it would start shaking. So obviously there's some kind of weird shit going on. But what can you do? I'm gonna keep trying this because I know we've already gotten it successfully once. There's absolutely no reason we can't pull it off again. I'm roller coastering it. My passengers wouldn't be happy, but we're trying to force stall slow down. This aircraft's too fucking big. Otherwise, we're not gonna be able to do it. Come on. We need to get down before that little wall shows up and fucks our day. Come on. Come on. Come on, don't bounce, don't bounce, don't bounce. Brakes, 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 brakes. Pull up, pull up, pull up. Parking brake engaged. I think we did it. Holy shit, man. Oh god. What was that? Something shook all weird. Alright. Hello? Oh god, we're just rolling. Do a circle so that we can go the right way. We don't need a warning, man. I know what's going on, man. I'm not used to the 350i, so trying to land this thing was just chaos. We flew three really small aircraft, the 152 to 172, and the other smaller Beechcraft today. And my first time flying that Beechcraft, but we had a sloppy. Oh god. We had a sloppy landing at first. See these little friggin' broken ass walls right here? We had a, I was saying we had a, what was I saying? She landing at first in the smaller Beechcraft, and then I flew between the airports down in Rio while we were there for that one, Discovery flight. And I really got it down. Shoo! That's the wall that screwed me over, guys. That is the little wall that screwed me a few times. There's the house. There's the house that we were parked at when we fell through the planet and died earlier for no reason at all while I was trying to take a screenshot. Hello. Anybody need a ride out of base camp? Beechcraft here. We can easily take off out of here because we can just go downhill. Alright, if we don't fuck it up this time and die, it'll be perfect. No, why does it do that? Microsoft, you guys are fucking assholes, man. Really? I go into showcase mode and I fucking die. The second time we've died, I gotta go into showcase mode now and see what the fuck it's doing. Look, it like reloads the planet. What is it doing? The fuck is this garbage, man? It's 2021, man. Really? And what is this shit popping up on my screen? Fuck off. I'm trying to do something, man. Holy shit. What is with modern gaming not understanding simple concepts? Alright, now we have it in the correct mode, so hopefully if we are able to land again, because we've already had to land here, we've landed like 2 out of 6 times successfully in this spot, because I want to get a friggin' screenshot with that building. And that's the second time they fucked me over after I successfully landed, so I really don't appreciate it. We're at 45 minutes. I might make this my last attempt because I want to go to Naples. There's not much to do in Naples. We'll cover it in like 5 minutes, but I've already landed on Mount Vesuvius in a previous stream. I've already done all that kind of stuff. But yeah, what happened is I think we were in the viewpoint mode that, like, if you saw that, it like reloads the map or some weird shit. So, long story short, it basically like reloaded the map while we're parked and decides that I should die because they decided to reload the map for no solid sound reasoning. just a fucking bug or something. I know I'm stalling. I'm doing it on purpose, playing. Chill out. We learned last time that we gotta stall a fucking shit ton, because otherwise we go too far. Come on. Yeah. I didn't want to try again, but it literally takes like 2 minutes to make it there max. And now that we figured out why it's fucking up, we might be able to actually do it this time. I really want to get this. Then we'll spend 30 minutes in Naples, like 30 in New York City. New York City can be covered pretty rapidly, to be honest. It depends on the aircraft speed, but like if you just stick around Central Park to Statue of Liberty, and back and forth around that area, yeah, that's all there is to really see. Alright. I don't know how many times we've attempted to land at this base camp. We landed on the other side of the mountain in this weird spot, took some screenshots because it looked amazing on the backside of Everest, and then we've tried to land at the base camp like 6 times, 2 times successfully where I go in the showcase mode and we die because the map reloads for some reason and just kills us while we're parked and it's just sitting there on the map, of course. Then we finally resolve it, so we've already failed once trying to re-land here. We have like less than 50% successful ratio. It's more so because there's like random fucking pieces of land like raised like a foot above everything else, so you're trying to like go in and land and then your wheel taps something and it just fails you. I could just shut that off, but I like to keep it as real as possible. And again, that's exactly the same. I'm just gonna shut that the fuck off. That's just getting old. Fuck off with the landing gear, man. We're landing on Mount Everest in a video game simulator. Chill out. I don't care if the landing gear failed. We would, it would break and we just would still be on the ground, most likely just skidding for a bit in some snow. So yeah. Gosh damn it, man. Well, this is like attempt like 300. We're supposed to do 30 to 45 minutes of this. The intro was like 5-10 minutes, so we have a few minutes to spare. But then I really got to get in the other stuff because we got about an hour to go on the stream to dedicate to Naples and New York combined. Naples, we might be able to cut short at like 20 minutes. There's not much to do. We're going to fly by the city. We're going to fly by Mount Vesuvius, maybe land on it for fun. And, yeah, maybe fly out to the island or 2. That's about it. Nothing too else exciting to do there. No offense to Naples. But I'm sure they would have put Rome, but Rome kind of stinks to fly around because it's such a flat city. Like, there's no like giant skyline, so you have to like to navigate it. You have to know it really well. Because even if you're looking for like the Colosseum or the Vatican, it takes a bit to locate it. They don't stand out that much in flight sim when you're flying around, from my experience. You have to really, really look for them. I knew the city very well because I was there for over a week back in the day and learned it like the back of my hand, walking all the streets and stuff in the neighborhoods. So I have a pretty good idea every time we fly there in the game where everything is. But I usually have to use, certain sightseeing areas to know. You just look for the Vatican, then I know where the Colosseum is based on that. Don't know the roads that well, but well enough that I could get around if I had to. We have way too much speed. Stalling on purpose to get speed down. We're dead, we're dead, we're dead, we're dead, we're dead. I went too steep. It's this fucking slope. You're trying to land on a slope like steeper than you probably would go when you're trying to land on a runway, so you have to really put it up front. Gosh damn it. I just wanted one screenshot flight sim. I really think the people that developed this game are a-holes for this. Like, why in the camera mode is the map vanishing so that I die? It makes no sense. Twice we were parked where we want to take a picture, and as we go to take the picture, the fucking plane just dies. And it makes me have to re-land again. We would not have to be doing this again if it weren't for Microsoft's wonderful efforts in design. That's how you know it's the 2020, 2021 fucking era of video game design. Everything's friggin' broken. It's just ridiculous. Just release it so we can play it reasonably. You want us to land everywhere in the world? Well, I can't. Because of you. That's why, Microsoft. Because of you. I have fucking flaps at 40 degrees. I have the engine running minimal power. It's gonna take like an hour to slow down on an upward slope in a freaking giant ass aircraft that weighs so much. Come on. This plane's like a fucking Icon A5 glider, man. It just wants to keep gliding. It's ridiculous. I've had more success landing on this side over here when shit hits the fan. Alright, we fucking did it. Let's not jinx it.
Oral warning, okay.
Got the managed brakes because it's all downhill from here. If I did it right, we won't fall through the planet this effing time. I don't have to take a screenshot before and after I go into the mode, because every time I've gone in the showcase here, we've died before I got my screenshot, and that's the only reason I've tried to land here like 20 times. I got a lot of practice flying this 350i, much more than I was planning to, but Mount Everest isn't really the place for me to learn how to fly the 350i either, so... Shows I can land it, that's for sure, but it does not mean I've learned to master this craft by any means. Here's one of those stupid little fucking walls. Gotta go around it. Yeah, if we go up to the right a little bit like we did last time. It doesn't not want to go. It's too steep. There's the house we parked at. 3 times the charm, right? This is the 3rd time we're pulling up to this house to park at it for a screenshot of us at base camp. Please let us get it this time, Microsoft. I can't believe we spent almost an hour here in what should have been 30 minutes. And most of it is because I had to land here like 10 times because it's killed me every time I've gone in camera mode. What kind of game kills you when you go in camera mode, man? Only in Flight Sim, man. The entire map like reloads because you went into camera mode, like WTF? I just don't get the logic, and I never will. If the 3rd time we've parked right here, I'm about to take a screenshot without Let's take a screenshot like this with all the shit on the screen, because I don't know if the game's just going to flip me off again and screw me over. Now we're going to try to do it. If I insta-die, we know that it's just meant not to be. Okay, alright, now we're in the correct showcase camera, so I can actually take a picture. Showcase mode. Had to be sure I was not going to land here again, if you know what I mean. But this is where we're at. Alright, we got our screenshot. I'm the fuck out of here because we are behind now over one screenshot. At least I got to land on Everest like 5+ times today. 4 or 5, whatever it was. So moving on, we only have 2 more discovery flights to cover. Again, we covered Giza, Bora Bora, and Rio de Janeiro. Basically in the first stream today, before I accidentally turned off my console and shut the stream down, so hence we're on part 2 now. Part 2, Mount Everest, Naples, and New York. We're going to go to Naples now. Naples is going to take way less time than New York, for sure. We're going to be flying a Diamond Aircraft DA-40NG. One of my best friggin' aircrafts. I love this plane. I've flown it so many times. It's good to know that I'm actually flying something I'm comfortable with this time. We'll make it much more efficient that way. But yeah, for this, we're going to maybe land on Mount Vesuvius. Maybe, you know, fly by the islands and over the city. There's not much else to do here, to be honest. Just taking the sights, per se. We've got a lot of awesome screenshots today. These are 4K screenshots, by the way. You know, this is the one I just took. Then we have all the other ones as well from all the other places we've been today. Oh god. Hi DA-40NG, man. So nice to see you. I've been flying all these other aircrafts today. I flew the 152, which I'm comfortable with. The 172 Skyhawk for Bora Bora, which I was not very comfortable with, but I got a little bit acquainted with as we were trying to land on top of the mountains. Then we flew the smaller Beechcraft, which around Rio, which I learned to fly while we were flying around Rio. We landed like 5-6 times with it. City streets, airports, everywhere, and I got the hang of that pretty much. I really like that aircraft. Then we just flew the giant Beechcraft 350i, which, as you guys saw on Mount Everest, was able to land there, but it took, you know, less than 50% landing successful ratio for sure. We died many times trying to get that. But back there is the islet of Nisida, or Nisida, I don't know. Never heard of it. But we are in Naples. It's the next place on our tour. And the game's like crashing. Come on, Microsoft Flight Sim. You can't handle Napoli, man. You can't handle. Pretty sure that's Mount Vesuvius in the background where my wing is. We're gonna land there on purpose. Yeah, of today's aircrafts, I've known the 152 and this aircraft the most comfortable with these two. So I flew them the most since I was trying to actually learn the game and the simulation of flying an actual real plane. I love how we're just having frame rate drops all crazy now, of course. Man, are you trying to sabotage my stream, Flight Sim? You can't load Naples in? What are you going to do when you see New York City? Stroke out? Looks like load in. Second we get to the airport, game just shuts down. Never been to Naples, but want to go sometime. It's legit just frame rate dropping all crazy. Whoa. Flight Sim still has some issues, that's for sure. The worst place ever that I had frame rate drops was Tokyo. Tokyo made the game like legit completely like stroke out. I don't know why Naples is causing so much problem. We flew around Naples before and never had this much trouble. I think a stream or so ago I flew from Rome to Naples in Hornets, I'm pretty sure, with night, and we never had this much frame rate drop, so I don't know what the hell it's doing. The hill there is Castel, is that Sant'Elmo? So the castle. Cathedral of the Assumption. There. This is horrendous, man. Are you just gonna crash Microsoft Flight Sim? Because this is a shame. Like, this is embarrassing. Jeez, man. The hell's Flight Sim doing this second half today? Everest was fine, but there's like so many flaws in Everest. There was like legit pieces of land that were sticking up, like a jagged edge out of nowhere on a flat area just would stand up like a foot higher, and we died so many times landing because there were just random pieces of ground that weren't rendered properly. Then we're having epic lag trying to fly over Naples, apparently. I mean, look at the city. I can kind of understand it's a lot to take in, but they should not be overpowering the game on the console. Either way, there's Mount Vesuvius. You know we're gonna go land on it. I don't remember. I think we landed on the Icon A5 last time. Me and Knight were flying around Naples and the islands and Mount Vesuvius, and we ended up landing on Mount Vesuvius, I think like at least twice or something. Once on the outer wall, and then we got on the inside once, but it was not easy. Sure, we both died a few times trying to get it. Take advantage of this thing's autopilot. But yeah, that's Naples. I don't know why it was so laggy, so sorry about that. Or frame rate droppy. Was that Ercolano? Portici? Here is Mount Vesuvius. We got ourselves on a 10 incline. We're nowhere near the height we need to be to hit this. We're only about 35, going to 3,600 right now. And you can blatantly see that we're not of height. So I'm going to continue to climb until we're of appropriate height, and then we can try to land on Mount Vesuvius. Well, let us climb for a bit. I know last time I landed, I came up on one of the sides of the volcano, and the back of the plane would actually tilt back. I think it was, yeah, it was the Icon A5 or something, or 152. The back of the plane would just tilt back completely. You wouldn't die, but you'd just be sitting on the tail wing, because the incline is so much that the plane can't hold itself. It is possible, but it is touchy. I think we're of appropriate height. I'm going to shut off autopilot. Let's do a flyby at Mount Vesuvius. The volcano that pooned Pompeii, for lack of a better word. But sums it up pretty well. They got legit pooned. Quite the opening, was that? Into the fucking abyss right there. think we did land in there, but it was like weird as hell. We had to like land on the steep slope. See what I'm saying though? You can easily land up here if you make the appropriate planning. What the hell happened? I swear we didn't collide with shit, but I'm gonna guess something touched. The only thing we can really do with Naples is, yeah, like I said, it's pretty much fly over the city and visit Mount Vesuvius, so might as well just fly over it again. We can get a better look at this isle right here. The Isle of Nisida. Welcome to Nisida. Looks like some shit out of Assassin's Creed Odyssey or something. Just imagine living here. But yeah, I guess you're connected, so it doesn't really matter if you live over there. You're right into the city right here. Let's see if the game shits itself like it did on the way through Naples last time with the lag and all that stuff. Diego Armando Maradona Stadium. Yep, shitting itself. Flight Sim and Naples are not getting along right now in the game. This kind of sucks because this is a discovery flight. What the hell kind of experience is that? Who Flight Sim tested this shit, released it, and was like, "This is good. It's what I get paid for." Like, I don't know if you should get paid for that anymore, man. So there's a stadium that looks like absolute trash from the beautiful rendering. I've landed in a stadium once, but it was like ridiculous as fuck, and I crashed so many times trying to do it. It's a big football stadium with a low wall on the one side, so I flew in like as slow as possible in a 152, touchdown as fast as possible, just slammed the damn brakes, and it worked. This is a little bit different of approach to Naples than last time. It was going to frame rate drop, but the least I could do is give you guys an alternative perspective of the city than last time on our way to Mount Vesuvius again to try and land there again. Yeah, it's just shitting itself. Microsoft wanted it to be slow and have frame rate drops so we could take the city in better. Yeah, I can't imagine why else they would have allowed this to be in the game. They're like, take a second, just take in the view. I will pause every once in a while for you, every few seconds. Make sure you enjoy the experience. Shout out to Brizzy in chat. What is up? Welcome from Brazil. I was actually in South America in Rio in the game recently, the Rio de Janeiro the Discovery flight. We did that on our separate stream today. It's supposed to be one long stream. We've had two. This is part two. We have a separate video. That was part one. That one's just called Stream 16 for those interested. That's where I went to Cairo, Rio, and where was the other one? Brain farting right now. No, the French Polynesia. Bora Bora. The game is crapping itself, but once we get a little bit further out of Naples, I cannot believe we won't have to worry about this happening anymore. Turn on autopilot because we need to steadily climb. So we're at a height appropriate for trying to land on Mount Vesuvius. And In the next like 5-10 minutes, if we get a successful landing, I'm gonna move on to New York because New York's an amazing city. While we can cover it pretty quickly, depending on the aircraft, because you know we just go up and around, down by Manhattan and the Statue of Liberty, up through Central Park and such. I do, depending on the aircraft, I wouldn't mind doing some fun landings. You know, try and land on a major road or something. Try and if it's a watercraft, I can land by the Statue of Liberty. I can land, here and there. If it's wheels only, we can obviously land all over the place. Maybe end the stream landing at Newark or something. We'll figure it out. Goodbye, Napoli. And your frame ratey droppiness. Capodichino. That's an airport. It's Capodichino Airport. So that's Mount Vesuvius we're heading towards right now. We're a little bit on tangent. I'm going to break my autopilot for a sec. Then I'm going to engage it again. Alright, just engage the autopilot. After diverting it on purpose. A little bit scarily, but I did it on purpose because I think we set my autopilot on an angle to the left a little bit, if you can't tell. It looks like we're moving to the left a tiny bit. Very slowly, but we're definitely turning left right now. You can see from the compass, so. We're back near Ercolan. Italian is my second language, but I'm more of like maybe a tad above beginner, but definitely not advanced. Yeah, intermediate maybe. Still working on it, but I've learned a lot. There's still a lot to go. Took it back in high school. Didn't use it for like half a decade or a decade, however you want to put it. Probably a decade plus, and then I lost most of it, as you do. Your brain just starts dropping shit out of it. So obviously that's what got dropped out of my brain as I was going through college and stuff. Now I'm trying to learn it back so I can have it as my actual official second language. So in the process of working on that. Took off this week though. This week for me is like a partial on, partial off week. I got back to life after the nice little vacation for New Year's week. But I'm still not going full out. Giving myself a little bit more leeway. Like I should have been working on my online class tonight, but screw it. Thankfully it's a do it on your own time kind of class. You just get it done and that's it. You don't have to worry about being in a certain amount of time or this or that. No official due dates or nothing, so I'll do it next week. Alright, so if I'm going to land on Mount Vesuvius, I need to make sure we have optimal conditions. I'm going to turn off the flaps. Where do we want to touch down on Mount Vesuvius? Where do we touch down? Where do I feel is the safest? Okay. Don't frame rate drop me, game, please. Especially when I'm trying to land on Mount Vesuvius. Too hard. Fuck. I gotta shut off the damn shit where you go like 1 mile per hour over the fucking limit for landing gear and they fail you and you're like, really, man? It's just a video game. We're trying to land on a fucking Mount Vesuvius. Downside of being in the Discovery flights is actual trash because they force you to spawn all the way back here while you're all the way over there. All because, you touched the landing gear 1 Newton harder than you fucking should have. Fail! It's like, geez Louise, bro. Just break the landing gear and let me at least park. I would have been fine. We would have skidded a tiny bit and we could have just still been up on the mountain. I'm just going to fly direct this time. because I really want to get to New York City. I want to cut off around 6:30 because I already had to push the stream. It's not been a very efficient week at all, but we accomplished a lot. So if we can finish off with doing a flight in New York City. If we can land on Mount Vesuvius, then go fly around New York, get a screenshot or two there, a screenshot or two here, it'd be perfect. It should be a little bit shorter of a flight going direct. All I'm learning is I gotta stop trying to land on steep slopes. I'm like it's a simulator, so I'm a daredevil with it. I like to push limits. I like to try and do the impossible. Our best bet's to land on that smoother section that's much more flat. It's a little bit turned around the side, but it's like 1/4 of the entire top of the volcano is like this nice looking road that turns a little bit. If we could land on that at a slow rate of speed, we could probably stop, because we just follow the curve of the road as we go around while holding the brakes. Notice how we fly this far out and the game's not having a stroke over loading in Naples, but another alternative view of Naples, guys. Basilica of San Francesco di Paola. We've landed successfully in Mount Vesuvius. I know last time we did it, we died a few times, but we were also in free roam, so we could spawn back in, like, literally over the mountain, so you wouldn't even have to friggin' fly across the entire city. If we crash again, I'm about to just get out of Discovery Tour, go on the map, because I know exactly where Naples is on the world globe, and just friggin' spawn us over the mountain, so we can, try, and when we die, we just spawn over the mountain. We don't have to spend 5 minutes flying back over. Since we're on the Discovery Tour stream, flight stream, I wanted to showcase it. So as of today, hopefully, once we get to New York, we'll have covered all 6, places to fly around. I already flew around New York, so we technically don't have to include it, but I might as well today, because we have nothing better to do than land on Mount Vesuvius and move on. So just really, really, really want to land on Mount Vesuvius. Best way to sum it up. I'll get a picture of us over Naples. That's awesome. Alright, so we got picture number 1 for Naples right there. Now we're going to go to cockpit. And we're going to get picture number 2 on the landing of Mount Vesuvius. As long as I don't fuck it up this time. Then we'll go to New York City. Depending on the aircraft, we'll decide what we want to do. Apparently I'm getting 4 inches of snow tonight according to an alert. My dog will be happy. I don't mind snow. 4 inches isn't bad. It sucks when it's like fucking like 12 inches. Especially because I have a lowered car. Yeah, 4 inches is probably more than I should be driving on anyway with my car being so low. I'll be shoveling the street. I think my front bumper is like legit like 2 inches off the ground or something. Probably why it's a little bit smacked up. Shout out to Maxwell, what is up? We're just trying to land on Mount Vesuvius right now as part of our Discovery flights of the day. one more discovery flight to go, which is New York City, which I've seen, you know, and I already have a tour video of New York City on the channel from Flight Sim, so we've already thoroughly seen New York, but I want to touch base with every single discovery tour today. I'm trying to land on Mount Vesuvius, and then I'm going to go to New York City, and that'll be it. We'll have covered all 6 discovery flights today. Cairo, Bora Bora, Rio de Janeiro, in the first stream, AK number 16, 16 part 2, which is this one. We've covered Naples now. We just got done with, why am I brain farting it? Mount Everest, and then we're going to go to New York, so, as New York City. So see if I can land this again. See that, like, I want to try coming in from a different angle. See how there's that, like, flat part right in front of me? There's, like, a flat part that goes left to right in front of me. And it's not that steep, like, up and overhead part up there. I'm going to try and land on that little road. It's like, it's not a road, but it looks like it. Oh god, the game's frame rate dropping all crazy. There's a little building right there. And there's, like, a little, what looks like a road going up to it. I wonder if I can land on that fucking road. And then slow down before we get to the buildings. Excuse any language. Rated E game, so I try to keep the language a little bit more acceptable, but we've died twice trying to land here so far. The first time I tried to land on too steep of a part, and we stalled and we hit the ground too hard and it failed us for the landing gear breaking, and then no, was that just one time we failed? I don't even know at this point. I've lost track. Just know we failed too many times, so I'm trying to go back. Yeah, we failed twice to land on Mount Vesuvius. Second time. I mean, both times we died from impact, so that's all there is to say. I think I'm gonna land straight ahead, guys. There's that little place inside, right there, that looks like it's perfect. It's much wider than where I was going initially. Welcome to Mount Vesuvius. Finn did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. Hurrah! We did it. Really wish there wasn't a giant friggin' logo there to tell me that we're near. There it goes. If we can find the angles that it goes away. It'd be great to get a picture of us looking out with over Naples, over Mount Vesuvius, but I don't need to know about Capodocino or whatever. Or Torre del Greco. Why is it got a hat? I hate this game in that sense. Like, why is it popping these up in this mode that's meant for pictures? I don't care about the stuff in the background, man. Fuck. Excuse the language again. Seriously. It's stupid as hell. Look at the plane, it's so tiny. Down in the bottom right corner right there. And we're gonna get the co-pilot telling us we can leave the flight whenever we want in the middle of fucking screenshot mode. Come on, man. Flight Sim, you guys really gotta F off with this dumb crap. There you go. I don't find it acceptable to spam tell me when I should I should quit playing while I'm taking a picture. Flight sim's just getting annoying at this point. Alright, so we have approximately just over 20 minutes left, so I want to do the final discovery flight. New York. They're sending me to New York with a Cessna 172 Skyhawk with no water gliding gear, so the largest metropolitan area in the US with over 8 million people. An amazing city. This will be fun. I've already been here, as I mentioned on stream. If you go to our channel and our playlist, we have a flight sim playlist of flights, tours, stuff like that, and I have a tour where I flew around the city. I think it was the Diamond DA-40NG, and we flew around Central Park. We flew down by the Statue of Liberty, and we went through Times Square at like 5 stories high. And I literally thought we were going to crash the whole time because our wings were like inches from the buildings on both sides of the dang street. It was intense. One of the most intense flights I've ever done. Because it just looked like any second our wing was going to touch something and kill us. But we literally flew from here straight through Times Square, right down the road, all the way down to the southern part of the island. And flew out around the Statue of Liberty. We were flying from Newark around toward the city and then landing at JFK, I think, that day. Video on the channel, but we're going to try and spend like 20 minutes just flying around. I might try and do a landing or two, maybe take a screenshot or two. Been in New York City, more times than I can count in real life. I used to go once plus every year. Haven't been there in like 5 years though. I was supposed to go the last 2 years, but the last 2 to 3 years, but with the shit going on, I haven't made it. I want to go when I can fully go to see everything. Everything's fully open. I can go to all the restaurants, this and that. It's not worth going away to a city just to not be able to go see everything thoroughly. I mean, in real life, I've already seen real life New York City. I've already climbed to the top of the Statue of Liberty stairs. I've been to the top of the Empire State Building. I've been to Central Park. Been to the zoo in Central Park. I've been to each of the museums, including the famous ones from the movies, MoMA, all that stuff. Been to Brooklyn. Been to Queens. Been all over good old New York City. But it's always still a great city to visit. Right off the bat, we're flying right over Central Park. I'm not gonna lie, sorry Harlem and Bronx and so forth, but you're getting skipped on this one. There's a friggin' rainbow right there. Taste the rainbow over Jersey City apparently. So here we are, beautiful New York City. There's a zoo, I'm pretty sure. Is that the zoo? Where? I forget if that's a zoo or if it's somewhere else. Somewhere up here. There's the famous spot from movies right there below us. New York is covered pretty quickly. I think if one of these streets hides Times Square, and it's this one on the left right here that goes down that way. I'm pretty sure. That was close. That was close. I'm used to flying the 152, not so much the 172. But the 172 is reasonable to fly. We're having a little bit of frame rate drop as I'm flying low over a city. Not a good thing, Microsoft. Times Square is somewhere down below. Need to focus on where I'm going. Obviously, we have the Empire State Building on our right here. I was on top of the Empire State Building quite a few years ago. It looks like absolute shit. Great job. Over there is the Madison Square Garden. You can't see it because of the building in the way. Also where the major station is as well. There's a train station. There's the Flatiron Building. Over there I believe is the Brooklyn Bridge. Yeah, there's a Brooklyn Bridge right there. Thought it was over there somewhere. I just can't see from here. A little bit too far away. Right now we're all over all the little villages and so forth. If you want some pizza down in this region, go to Lombardi's. It's pretty good. Had it in real life. Back before the pandemic, you'd be like waiting with like a buzzer outside for like a half hour to get a table. And then the game crashes while we're flying over New York. Great job, Flight Sim. This game's just really, really fucking shitting itself today. This is so disappointing. It's done nothing but frame rate drop over Naples, frame rate drop and crash over New York City. Like, the game's getting worse as they're updating it, and it's kind of concerning. You're usually supposed to improve the game when you update it, guys. So much for enjoying that tour. It was going pretty well. Fuck. Gosh damn it. We still got 15 minutes, and we pretty much covered like all there was to see. We just had to fly over Battery Park and out to the Statue of Liberty, so we'll just pull back through. I'm going to look on a map. Been in New York City so many times, I know the city very well, but from an airplane point of view, I don't know exactly which pocket of street I should go down. I know roughly where it is. If I was visiting, I could probably find my way to it, but yeah, Times Square is is right off of 7th Ave. Broadway. Broadway extends down. Yep, Broadway's that slanted road I told you we flew by. I'm gonna try and fly down it this time. If we can go down Broadway, we go right through Times Square, and we just continue on. We just keep going and going and going. And we'll go right over Madison Square Park as well. Sorry for being quiet, but as you guys saw, we're just waiting to get back in. We're going to fly back over it, but I think this time I'm going to try and line myself up appropriately. Alright, so Discovery flight. Alright, so if we can find Broadway, I'm gonna go right fucking down it this time. Basically, you guys got a great view of the city from overhead and flying through the actual heart of the skyline. This time we're gonna go down Broadway, so yeah, and then we'll fly back up, maybe over like the Brooklyn Bridge and stuff up the river, and go from there. I'll try and take a screenshot or two while we're traveling. Just very quickly go into picture mode, grab like a shot, and then go out of it. You get the idea. I'll try and be as quick as possible with it. For some reason in Discovery flights it doesn't let you pause. So if I want to picture... Oh god, the markers. If I want to picture, I gotta go up here. Go to this mode, close it. Why does it gotta tell me Central Park's there? Really? It's really annoying how it has to tell me all this stuff is around that I could care less about. But let's go back to flying. So We were literally in the middle of our discovery flight, and we flew all the way down to almost Battery Park when, yeah, everything shat itself. Best way to sum it up, and the game crashed. Then I said I would try to fly up Broadway. When we got back, right here is Broadway, which will take us through Times Square. I flew through here once in a DA-40NG, and it's very fucking scary because, you know, if our wing touches something, we're done. But I'll try and do this for you guys. Oh, God. Welcome to Times Square, guys. Well, not yet. Not yet. Where is it? Ah! Is it not rendered in? I'm so confused. Because, yeah, we just passed Times Square and it didn't even render in properly. Here's the stadium, Madison Square Garden. Times Square is right up the road from it. We technically flew through Times Square really low, but for some reason I couldn't pinpoint where it was because it graphically looked like crap. So let's go ahead, push on. We were flying a little bit more to the central point of the island here before the game crashed. My goal is to fly down to Battery Park, circle around the Statue of Liberty, come up the rivers by like the Brooklyn Bridge, and we'll probably call it from there. See if I can get a screenshot of me flying by the Statue of Liberty with the skyline in the background would be cool. Right in front of us is One World Trade Center. I really want to go to the observation point at some point, check out the view. I was in the Empire State Buildings one long ago. And I was at the actual authentic real World Trade Center observation point way back in the 90s. So I was a kid, so I didn't get to appreciate it as much as you do as an adult. But I want to go back and check out the view from up there because I'm sure it's insane. Plus I have the museum and so forth now, so well worth a visit, you know what I mean? There's Ellis Island and Statue of Liberty. I went to both on a tour. Screenshot. I got a few screenshots. They're not as good as I'd like because they have a bunch of shit in them. Because the Discovery Tours just shove all these icons in your face, but otherwise, they're pretty sweet. Here's the Statue of Liberty. I climbed to the crown and the stairs. It was a pain in the ass and exhausting, but very doable. Ellis Island is where like the immigration museum is and like the abandoned immigration buildings. Next time I get a chance to go to real life New York City, I'm absolutely going to visit there. Like tour the abandoned hospitals like it's some episode of Ghost Adventures or something. There's the island right there. Pretty sure on the left side where my wings are is all the abandoned buildings, and that big building right there is the museum. I went to the museum way back the day I went to the Statue of Liberty. We also went there as well, so it's pretty cool. Straight ahead is Battery Park. I used to stay in a hotel down in Battery Park whenever I went to New York for years. Well, it's not centrally located, so you have to take the Eastern Drive on the side. I think they call it the Parkway, right? Or something like that. You take that to go up and down the island, but in rush hour it absolutely sucks. So I said I was going to fly up the other side of the river, but yeah, right down here is Battery Park.
500.
So across there is Brooklyn, right where my plane is facing right now. There's the Brooklyn Bridge. I'd fly under the bridge, but I don't trust this game. Somehow it'll say that I died, so let's just not do it. I would try to land on the Brooklyn Bridge, but we would die, so it's not worth it. We can land on the highway below, technically. So many bridges and tunnels. Good old New York City. I really want to visit in real life once things settle down a little bit, so it is on my goal. I would like to go this year, actually, 2022, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, maybe in the fall or something it'll be reasonable to go. Get a nice few night vacation in. I go back, definitely going to the island to see the abandoned immigration buildings. Got to go on top of the One World Trade Center and check out the observation point. Eat a bunch. Got to go to a steakhouse. Trip to New York City usually runs quite a bill if you want to enjoy it the best way possible. Who's surprised? We are back in Central Park again, where this tour started. I wanted to get off around 6:30 at 6:25. We're a few minutes early. We're back at the museum. I've landed in this with water aircraft multiple times on stream. I mean, we have as I said, we have a New York City tour on this channel already, so do the Discovery flight was just kind of part of today's plan. We've done every single Discovery flight there was today. All 6 of them have been completed as of now, so I'll probably never do them again, but is this a zoo right here below us? I don't know. The zoo's somewhere in the park. I don't remember exactly. Frame rate drop is killing it right now. Gonna have to venture more into Central Park next time I go here as well. Gotta rent a bike or something and just fucking go cruise through the park. Finish off our stream, I think I'm going to try and land on that little golf course right there. I think it'd be a pretty solid ending for today if I can get that. There's this little patch of green right here too, but there's no way. The other one had more land for us to We're probably not going to get this because we have way too much speed. And his frame rate dropping. Oh, crazy! Oh my god, we did it! Oh my god! We did it with frame rate fucking up and everything. Then I get a screenshot of me parked here in the middle of the Central Park. Please don't die. I was afraid that if we hit that tree we were gonna die. I was gonna tell me about the Flatiron building. No one cares. Alright. I'd like to just see the skyline without the warning about what building is what. It's like you're not even like looking at something and it just starts fucking pinging it. Throwing text in the air and it's really annoying. At least that one, the text is like hidden. There's also a rainbow over there. Alright, I think I'm done for today's session. We're at 6:31, I want to do it off 6:30, so perfect time to call the stream at this point. Fun day, we did all 6 discovery tours today, so it's pretty sweet. Yeah, just no spamming in our channel is not something that we really allow, so just throwing it out there for chat, because someone decided to spam all crazy for fun. Probably, gotta be too young to be on that YouTube, man. But let's see. To Giza, Bora Bora, Rio in the first half today. Then I accidentally shut off the console while we were on the intermission break. So we have 2 streams instead of 1. So we have stream 16, then we have stream 16 part 2. So again, Giza, Bora Bora, and Rio were covered in 16. 16 part 2, aka the stream we're in right now, that's just under 2 hours. We did Mount Everest, Naples, and New York. We got a bunch of screenshots at each place. I've taken well over 10 screenshots today, probably, combined between all these screenshots we've taken all over the place. But it was a pretty awesome day. We're officially done with Discovery flights, so I won't be doing those anymore. Maybe we'll do our own Discovery flights where we go places that aren't included in this sometime, because that'd be fun. There's Hong Kong, there's Tokyo, there's so many great cities you could visit. There's also other attractions like the Grand Canyon and so forth, so they missed out on quite a few things. Real quick, shout out to our supporters, J Smoke all the way across the board, BVT on Patreon membership, Main's Food Reviews, membership Super Chat, Camden on Super Chat as well. Appreciate the support. Otherwise, thanks for watching, like and sub. See you guys later. I'm going to go exercise, have a taco salad, as we're calling it, do some work, and then also watch Boba Fett. And then I'm also still reading the book Call of the Wild. I'm like 2 chapters from done reading that book. So I'll be reading that later too. That sums up my evening. But catch you guys later. Peace out.